Good morning and welcome to another Diablo Immortal video. Lately we've been having a ton of information from the Chinese blog regarding the update coming on the 30th, but during that time I've been doing a lot of grinding inside of the game for set items. As you guys know, I have my Necromancer, and with my Necromancer I essentially have a full army build. I'm going with Command Golem, Command Skeleton, Skeletal Mage, and Bone Armor with the spikes that makes them do damage. Essentially, when I play, I could kind of kick back, send them out to go do their damage, and they do their damage. It's actually fantastic. So with this, in talking with others from the community, DM, Diablo Immortal, VK, a bunch of people that are part of this community, I realized that I need to pay more attention to my set gear, my set items. These are the ones that are your secondary pieces of gear. And I had to make a decision this week, and it's one that I'd never made before. Typically, whenever I would get a new set item inside of the game that showed me arrows up, I would equip it. Doing this would give me more and more combat rating, and what I was always trying to do was just get my combat rating as high as I possibly could, no matter what the effects of the set gear. Now, I realized that that probably wasn't the best way to go, but I always found it a little bit annoying to have to grind set items. I just didn't love it. So actually, I was talking to DM and he told me what he does, and it's actually a great idea. He'll go and he will just run his favorite dungeon over and over again, whatever that is. If let's say it's the Forgotten Tower, he doesn't care what items he can get from there. Obviously, you could click on the question mark and you can see what set items you can get. And you are supposed to do the dungeons that are in pair with the gear that you need so you can get your set items. So if I was looking for these right here, I would have to run this dungeon to get them. But what he does, which I think is a great idea, so I'm going to share it with you, but give credit to him, is just run whichever ones you want to, whichever ones you feel are the easiest, whichever ones you feel the most enjoyment from playing, and then just anything that you make, you kind of break down and you put them over here, and you could literally buy the pieces that you want. Now, this doesn't mean that you're going to get stronger pieces than what you're currently wearing, but if you need a set item to complete your set, you could just come on over here and craft it. This is what I have done. And let me take you through what we actually have right now, because I, of course, have a summoner's build. So I felt it was important for me to kind of have these extra set buffs that buff me being a summoner. So I chose to remove items that were stronger, like I'm talking triple arrows up stronger. It ended up being about 50 or 100 to 50 combat rating for each of these two items that I removed, which in the past I would have never done. I would always have said, go with combat rating, be as strong as you can with combat rating. But I've changed my mind, at least here for the Necro, and I guess it depends on your build, with what class you are, if you would go this way, but it seems smart. So what I ended up going with was a 4-piece Shepherd Call to the Wolves. This is going to be doing the first 2 pieces. My summons deal 15% more damage. Well, this seems like something that you must have. It seems pretty darn important for someone that has a summons build, right? Then I got the other 2 pieces, so I have actually 4 pieces, because at the time I had 3. I needed 1 more piece, so I removed that stronger item and I put in this item to give myself the second set of properties. Critical hit chance increased by 3% for each of your summons, up to a maximum of 18%. Now, I am not 100% clear if the Golem counts as one summon, this Command Skeletons count as one summon, and the Skeletal Mage count as 1 summons. I'm also using the Echoing Shade Gem where I can get 2 summons, so that should be 5. Unless if the Command Skeletons don't count as 1, but instead they count as 4, which would then be even more % chance of critical hit damage. Either way, Shepherd's Call to the Wolves I felt was really important to at least get those first 2. Now, I am not 100% set on this about not getting the 3rd piece and completely 6-piecing this out. If I do, it'll be your summons enter a frenzied state for 12 seconds each time one of them critical hits. Now, if I'm getting critical hits going crazy, because I have a lot of percentage of getting critical hits, this could be really cool. The frenzied state increases their attack speed by 60%, but it can't happen more often than every 40 seconds, and that's what I don't like, the 40 seconds part. So instead, I went and went with the Grace of the Flagellant, and I went with a 2-piece here because this is offering me all continual damage and channel damage, and persistent ground damage is increased by 15%. So ground damage. And this, again, not 100% sure how this is working, but I believe that my command golem, I believe that everything counts as ground damage. Possibly not sure, but I felt like I was getting a lot more from Grace of the Flagellant with another 15% ground damage increase rather than just going with the 3-piece. Now, of course, I could go over here each time you damage an individual enemy 5 times, you'll do 6,000 additional damage to that enemy. That's nice too, but I really like the Shepherd's Call to the Wolves, especially with the Necro. This is really the class that this is going to get the most value out of. So I want to know your thoughts on this. How do you do your set items? Did you even know that set items were this important inside of the game? And of course, guys, you want to grind these up, and the way that you do that, the way that you upgrade these things. Oh, by the way, my roof is being redone today. It is 7:48 in the morning, and they are up on my roof starting to tear the thing off. So you're going to start hearing that in just a moment. So if I'm over here and I want to upgrade my items, upgrade these. These are where you're going to get power, combat rating. You're going to be able to do more damage inside of Diablo Immortal. To do that, you need the crystals, which you get from running challenge rifts. There's other ways of getting it, but that is the best and the quickest way to get that. So make sure you are as pushed as far as you can in your challenge rifts and get these things upgraded. As you can see, we just upgraded to level 13. My goal over the next month will be to get all of these to level 13 because, of course, I'm pushing pretty close to as far as I could go. I could possibly go another 5 to 8 levels without really getting stuck behind high monster damage. So it's going to be exciting, but Shepherd and Architect is what I got going on right now. And Shepherd Call to the Wolves is what we got going on, and I think it's the best for my build. Now the cool thing is, and this is really awesome, when you're running all these dungeons, especially when you go in with your group of 4, you get a bunch of gem drops, right? And what I've been doing every single day is I come over and I probably sell 4 to 8 gems, and I have 27,000 platinum. This is just after buying the Blood-Soaked Jade gem. If you take a look right here, we do have some gem resonance. I still haven't pulled out any of my 5-star gems for a 1-star that I could then get completely upgraded to level 10. That may be for another day, and if I do it, it would probably be the Phoenix Ashes that we would put in our back pocket for a bit because we don't do much PvP, at least not right now. But with the update coming, who knows, new PvP mode, quite possibly, we'll have to see. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and subscribe so you don't miss out on tomorrow's video.